Well, hey guys, welcome back. I should have took video beforehand, but I've got some pictures, so I'll show you then. These are two saddles that a friend of mine got in. They're in pretty rough shape, but we're trying to fix at least the leather on the saddle part. I'm not worried about the fenders too much because, well, this one's okay and that one's okay, but on the other side, this one is completely broke and this one's completely missing. So they're going to have to get new stirrup fenders anyway. But he got them in. They were pretty dry and dirty. We cleaned them up. I just used warm water and Dawn dish soap. Scrubbed them all down. I could not get some of it off. It's just like, well, it was cement. It's coming off better now, but we have already treated them with one thing of oil. It's time to go for another round. The oil I am using Signature Extra Light Olive Oil. These saddles have been pretty thirsty. It will darken the leather on them, so that's why they are looking pretty dark. But we're not too worried about it getting darker. We're just wanting to see if we can save this leather. As you can see, it's already being cracked, but it's already getting soft too, just after that one treatment. It won't be able to get rid of the cracks. The cracks will always be there. Once they form, they're always there. But maybe we can prevent it or slow it down. We'll see. Let me get all set up and then we'll start watching. I'll show you guys. So I've got my oil on my sponge and we'll just rub it in. I'll get this saddle all coated up and then I'll let you guys look at it. So another reason we're going to have to replace these stirrup leathers is you can see the bore holes. These stirrup leathers won't, even if I were to stitch this back, which I don't know if I can as dry as it is anyway, but even if I were, they wouldn't be secure. Like they wouldn't be strong. So I'll have to replace both of those. But also, has anybody ever seen the stirrups be strung up around where they're supposed to and then back through the D here? I've never seen that. I thought it was supposed to be up just around the rest of it. Anyway, interesting. But this is the saddle after its second coat of oil. You see, it's taken a while to soak in this round, so I think it's probably going to may do it one more day. You let it dry 24 hours in between. But it's taken slower to soak in, so I think we've got, may not need a third coat, but definitely it needed that second coat. It is still, I mean, it's stiff, but it's still workable at least. So let's get the other one done. Alright, well, they've been oiled up for a second time. I think some of this leather is just done for. But, don't know. And this suede is very, very tight. Other thing I noticed on this saddle, I mean, this part of the leather is still nice and, like, you got a little bit of cracking, but not too bad. It's still pretty supple. But somebody decided to try and home repair this saddle. So it's got some danger teeth under here. And it has soaked in more of this oil than this other one did. I mean, the other one's finally soaked it all in. But this one soaked it in a lot faster. So it'll definitely need a third coat. We'll see if we can save them. Don't know. Maybe not. But it's worth a shot, right? Alright, guys. And here we are back on day 3 of them. I missed yesterday's oiling. I had too much other stuff I had to do. So we're out here today to do them again. And this one is still, it's probably too far gone to be soft. This particular piece right here. Because this other side is pretty soft. So, yeah. This other saddle is actually not looking too bad. You see it's still got some of these burr holes. Or bore holes, I should say. Where the bugs have burrowed into it. It's actually getting softer right in here. Like, it's definitely cracked, but this side's even kind of softening up. Not a heck of a lot, but you know. Now these stirrups, like I said before, we're not even going to try and save them because you're going to have to buy it in pair, and that one's broke, and yeah, so they may not be good for a whole lot, but I mean, the trees still sound in them. As long as these curves don't like sit on your leg and rub real bad, I don't see why they couldn't be used. The first time this one gets a butt sit in it, this might rip. I don't know. But let's get that one more coat on them and see how they go. Look at that. You see it starting to dry. But it's sitting pretty good. I'd bet this is the last coat I need to do on this one. It's starting to absorb it in, but it's sitting long enough that, yeah, I bet this is going to be the last one I need to do. For this saddle, anyway. We'll see on the other one. So I just put a third coating on this one. And I pulled that stirrup off. And it's a good thing I did, because as I was pulling it off, it slid most of the way and then it just snapped. So yeah, it's not any good. But yeah, I was oiling this one up. And if you look, this one still has some oil sitting on it. This one's already dried. It's got a tiny bit right here, but it has already dried. It just might need a 4th coating. Not 100% sure, but it just might. These are coming out really nice. But yeah, I mean, I think we're actually getting to save them. Well, I'll be sure and put pictures. I'm sure I did post. Ooh, can't talk. Post the pictures of them when he first got them. They were rough looking. Very, very dry. You'll see. I don't have much oil right here on my sponge, but see, it's drying and soaking in pretty quick. That is real time. That is not sped up. So it just might need another coating. This one, but like this one over here, I don't think it's going to need it quite as much. It's not soaking in near as fast. But we'll see. We'll see what we can do. Alright, well, here they are. Oiled all up for the fourth, kind of fifth time. I went ahead and coated this one again since it dried up so quickly. And it's kind of sitting a little bit longer now, so maybe it's okay now. Well, we'll see. Kind of still looks a little dry, like right along here in the bottom. But I don't know. We'll see on it. And then this one. Doesn't look too bad. If you want to know why I don't take these fenders all the way off, they are actually so stiff, I cannot get them to move. So they're probably going to have to be cut really close up in there and then pulled somehow that way. Otherwise, I would have took them off because it's so much easier to handle them without it. But they have gotten so stiff that that one's not too bad right there, but I can't get them off. So here they are. They're a lot darker than they used to be. This one's not so much darker, but that one is definitely a lot darker. I don't know. What do you guys think? Did we save them? Did we prolong the life a little bit? You think they're still usable? I think they are. I wouldn't trust them a whole lot, like for maybe roping or anything, but they're really not roping saddles anyway. These got the short horns, and these are just trail saddles, which is probably what I would do with them. The trees are still good, so, you know, and if you're wondering how you chest the trees, you brace, you grab the back, and you grab the front, and you push. You try and push it together and see if it flexes any. They don't flex any. They're still nice and stiff. I got the one over here. This side, I got it to curve back out and lay flat. It's no longer tucked under like it used to be. You'll see in the picture. Yeah, what do you guys think? Did we save them? What would you do with these saddles? I'd love to hear from you. That's going to be all for now, I guess. And I'll see you next time. Bye.